Hello everyone and welcome again to my little video. Today I want to just have a little freestyle off the top of the head about self-talk, which if you don't know, it's basically what you're saying to yourself inside your head. And take a guess at who you talk to the most. Yeah, yourself. That's right, isn't it? So you're talking to yourself a lot of the time. Maybe it's chattering. Maybe it all makes sense. Who knows? But chances are it's a little bit of both of those things. Now, what's important is catching yourself doing it. And a lot of times you might think, there's no voices in my head. It'd be interesting to find out if really you're completely in silence, or in fact you're so used to the voice in your head that you're not even paying it any attention on a conscious level. So this is where being able to catch it comes into play. So if you've ever tried any kind of mind calming techniques or control techniques or quietness or stillness kind of things, then a lot of the time the first thing that happens is you hear that voice. You hear yourself talking to yourself. And so actually all these calming silence meditational techniques, what they do is they show you everything that you're saying to yourself first of all. So it's quite amazing in one way, and in the other way it's like, well, I thought this was meant to make me a lot better, a lot calmer and stuff. And it's actually I'm getting pretty pissed off that I can hear everything now. It's like before I was able to ignore it, and now I can't stop hearing it. There is development in that. It's good that you found that out. So that's definitely one of the first stages, is just becoming aware of the voice, and there's thousands of different techniques to doing that. I think at the end of this video I'll show you a little one as well, just to get you started. So I won't go on for too long about this, so it won't be too hard to get to, but if you want to skip to the end to get that, then fair enough, that's cool. All I want to talk about now is the difference once you start noticing that voice in your head, because actually you'll find that there's probably more than one voice. It changes for everyone's unique, and it depends what your influences were, who you grew up with, how much time you spent with people, and all those kind of things. And just like everything else, you'll find that some of the times the voice, or indeed the character who's playing that voice, or whatever it might be, is a coach, is positive, like gives you momentum, gives you support. And even just thinking back now to maybe a time or situations when you know that you've helped yourself, you know that you've given yourself encouragement, and you know that you said something to yourself like, yeah, come on, this is the right thing, that this feels good, that kind of thing. And unfortunately it works the other way as well, the critic. And it comes in, and it often comes in when you need it the least. And how many times have you said to yourself, what are you doing, like, this is ridiculous, like, why would you even think like that, like, what's even the point in trying this, or like, it's a bit stupid, isn't it, like, what are you doing that for, you knob? Okay, fair enough, there you go, you might be calling yourself a knob, you might have even worse names. I'm sure you could probably don't need me to come up with all of them, because you probably know quite a few already. So yeah, you've got a choice in your head. And the thing is, until you start noticing it, it's just going on. It's just controlling. Some people, man, they've just got this positive voice in their head the whole time, and they're just like, yeah, I can do everything. And, those people are learning that way. Other people, the balance is the other way, and it's all negative, and it's like, just like, oh, like, this is making me tired. I can't really work it out. Oh, I wish this was over. I'm not getting anywhere. I can't wait for this to finish, and so on and so on. And, just think of any situation that you could be beating yourself up. And that's basically it. Becoming aware of that Now, how do you help yourself? Well, for a start, having a break. That's it. Just having a little moment of clarity in amongst all of that self-talk. And that can happen through practicing certain techniques. I'll show you one in a minute. It can also just happen like that, just off the cuff. And especially a lot of the time, you might find that it happens when you're doing an activity, you're doing an exercise, or you're completely absorbed in one of your hobbies, something probably that you enjoy, but equally, if it's just quite repetitive, it can happen as well when you go into that automated kind of physical activity, driving, for example, when you know what you're doing so well that you're unconsciously competent at it. So at that point, there can be moments of silence as well. And often what can happen is you might actually go into a light trance, especially, when you're driving. Actually, when you've already got it, you're slightly tranced. You're in a certain trance because you're working on a level that you completely understand. You get it. You know everything you need to do, and you're just doing it. So the thinking mind starts to relax, and you start to go into a trance. So it's not a big deal going into a trance. It's something that happens all day. Well, not all day, but every day at certain times. That's cool. Don't worry about it. For now, let me just show you a quick exercise that can get you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of moments silence, perhaps, or at least a little bit of stillness that can start this process off. So what you need to do is, wherever you are, you can be sat down or standing up or laying down, whatever it is, you go into peripheral vision. Now this has been known to, and I'll explain how to do this has been known to quiet the mind. I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea behind it, but it works, okay? Give it a go. So basically, you focus on something in front of you, the little spot, and then you keep your focus on that spot without kind of laser eyeing it, or like going too tight on it, and then just start to become aware of everything to the sides of that spot. So basically what you're doing is you're wrapping your vision around the periphery, hence the name peripheral vision. You keep that central focus, but keep it light, and just start to keep going around until you can't go any further. And maybe you can go a little bit further. It's not uncommon for people to be able to sense what's behind them. So have a go, just have a play with that, and just get that field vision, peripheral vision. Good. So basically, already that's actually the step. That's all you need to do. That will start to calm the mind. Give it a go and see what happens. At the same time, just to help, you can allow all of your weight just to drain down into your feet, or if you're on the bed, just down into the contact points wherever you are. And this is a great way of resetting yourself. Indeed, this is something that sports people do when they're under pressure. You go into peripheral vision and then just allow all of the weight in the head, any tension, anything like that, just to drain down the body all the way to the contact points where you reach the ground. So you're reaching the ground, you might be sat down in your chair, so that'd be on your bum, even on your back, just sinking, draining all of that weight in the body down into those contact points, and then allowing that to start to support you. So once you notice your contact points with the ground, the bits that are supporting you, then just allow yourself to experience that uplift that you're getting from them. So actually it's easier to stand up or to sit up, and you get a little bit more energy out of it. So peripheral vision, let the weight just sink down into your contact points, into the ground, and then just to be aware of that ease that's coming back up and giving you a little bit of lift. And maybe just allowing you to notice that you've started to breathe a little easier or a little deeper. And then go from there. Maybe stay here for a couple of minutes, or just get into the habit of doing it every now and again when you find yourself, maybe a little bit stressed, or you start to hear those voices and you're like, I just want it out. So there's tricks, there's keys, there's all sorts of stuff. But getting to change the voice in your head to make it something that helps you is really cool. It's a fantastic trick. It's helped me a lot. The first time I learnt it, I was running a marathon, the Snowdonia Marathon, a couple of years ago, and I don't know how I would have done it without it. It was just incredible. It was just, I gave myself all sorts of support and motivation. I didn't beat myself up when I felt tired, but rather I was able somehow to coach myself through the tiredness and get an amazing time and complete it and feel great and all those things. So there's a lot can be done with this. Just listening and knowing, and then choosing the voices that you choose to use in your own head. And as I said, this is the voice that you're going to hang out with the most. You know, doesn't matter who else is with you. There'll be more time spent with this voice. So, you know, get comfortable with them, get used to them, make friends with them. Oh, that sounds a bit cheesy, but you know what I mean. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the technique and the video. When I next think of something to put up, I'll put it up. And again, show me some feedback if you're liking this stuff. If you want to know some more, just, you know, get in touch. Share it out if you think it might be useful to people. And I'm going to keep on doing it. So have a good day, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.